Peace, Jay. Um, well, I mean, hopefully I can help you out here. I think you kind of answered what you were stuck on. So, and that's why I used this comment, which was a quote what you mentioned. When dealing with the human condition, it is far easier to utilize your five senses as opposed to diving into the web of the network, which is the human brain. Going beyond the primal, so to say, going beyond the five senses and digging into, as you mentioned, critical thinking. And critical thinking in itself is a skill set, right? We're not born with it. So when you take a institution, that is, Jesus Christ, no pun intended, an institution that has a global reach, then that global reach hinges on a centrifuge of ideology. It's extremely hard for people to go outside of the five senses because the five senses have been numbed down by that institution. The institution has more power over your critical thought process than the individual, which is why everybody goes through these rituals, so to say, when we're talking about a particular religion. Despite the religion it is, you have rituals that go along with that. These rituals are made to suppress your ability to critically think, especially when it comes to that term morality. Morality is subjective. Critical thinking is not necessarily subjective because it's analytical. You take a particular type of topic and you analyze that topic. But if you can't analyze that topic from an unbiased point of view if your critical thought process has been suppressed to, well, I should say narrowed down, right? Suppressed and narrowed, where you're only looking at it from a particular field, from a particular point of view. Christianity point of view in this sense. Okay, so that's the issue here. To be honest with you, morality is subjective. That subjectivity relies on a group of people, a mass of people, because Christianity is not individual. Even though they say, you walk with your God. Well, if that was the case, you wouldn't have a religion based upon rituals and teachings and things of that nature. You wouldn't have a hierarchy that you have to listen to somebody and submit to somebody. You could just be yourself, have that personal relationship, as they say, which is bullshit, and move along. Morality doesn't have to come into the picture when we're talking about critical thinking. Only the basis for human existence in a particular manner. Hopefully, that manner will reflect peace, justice, and equality. Unfortunately, the Christian religion is looking for you to hinge your thought process, your existence, to a particular doctrine that's not necessarily connected to the man Jesus of Nazareth. It's connected to Christianity, Paul, Luke, John, and all this other shit. When they take disciples of a leader and utilize those disciples and their interpretation as the foundation for a religion, it's not about the leader that they were following. It's about their subjectivity to the information, which was controlled by a like you mentioned in your video, bro, by this collection of basically what became capitalists, of leaders, of wealthy individuals within the Roman Empire. Wealth prior to Christianity and post-Christianity was really the basis for how Christianity spread. It wasn't about the message. It wasn't about humanity. It wasn't about doing right by your fellow man, because your fellow man is a representation of God. It had nothing to do with that. It was about getting everybody to adhere to a particular message and make those people take that message and spread it out across the world. Evangelical missionaries. It's hard to think when your thought process is controlled by something you have no control over. That is why this world is on the brink of destruction. Because you have millions upon millions of people who don't critically think, either because they can't or they're afraid to. There is no love like Christian love because there is no Christian love, because love doesn't exist in Christianity. That is a human experience, not a Christian experience. Think about it. Peace.